So my inbox has been flooded, okay, with people who are like, when are you going to finally unleash your masterpiece, My 3 Toilets? Well, here it is. We've already had a little teaser about this. This is the one with the built-in bidet. And in fact, let me pull these over. So it has a little bidet, so you can wash your butt. You see, there's the little hole. And let's wash it. Uh-oh. Well, you know, let me lift this up. I don't want too much of a mess here. Ah! It shoots all the way up there. Isn't that fun? So anyways, we will also flush this because, again, none of these 3 toilets that I have, My 3 Toilets, none of them are fully functional. Okay, because when you flush it, oh, it's going to have to... It's going to fill back up and there's going to be issues with it, but we'll come back for that. I'm not going to wait, 2 minutes just for this. So we'll go upstairs, and we are very well acquainted with the attic over here. We're not going to be seeing the attic right now. No. So this is the other toilet here. You see? This is the one... Oh, I think it's, that's probably the issue. I haven't used this in a while. I used to have this old ball thing here, and you can't buy those anymore, so I put in an old one that I replaced downstairs. Right? As you can see, you have to hold it down all the way, because it's, and you could say, oh, well, replace this toilet, whatever, but it's, oh, look at that. There's the water coming. See? It's like, I don't even use the upstairs anymore, but as you can tell, there's a couple droplets of water here coming from that pipe. So if you shut the pipe down and don't use the toilet, it doesn't leak. And even if you had one that wasn't leaking over here, because this is an old thing, it still wasn't working, okay? There's something leaking on the back, and it's like, ugh. I don't even use this, just shut it down. Shut it down. That's all I have to say about it. It's just gonna leak, and it's a piping issue in the back. Anyways, let's see this right here. So one toilet down. This one leaks in the back no matter what, regardless of what you have inside. Let's go see if the other one's leaking in the front. You see, cause, oh, okay. That's interesting, because usually when you flush it, it does, well, it'll be, I'll be damned, okay? I'll be damned if this doesn't leak. Like, the one time I have to have it leak so I can show off how terrible it is, it's not leaking. But it sometimes takes a while for it to start leaking in the front, and we'll examine that issue in full. Now this is the master bedroom toilet here. Well, you see how this works is everything in here is new. I replaced everything myself, right? And this thing here, this little flapper, if you remove this, it actually flips back all the way, all right? And then you have to press this once, it flips, and then the rest of the water drains out because there's a little air bubble in here, okay? Now, when you don't leave this in, it flips, okay? When you leave this in, but it leaks, right? Let's start that again. So when these things are not attached, these little wings here, and it's just kind of free floating, you can't just press that once for a second or two and it flips back and the water empties out. However, it then leaks on the side, and it's been leaking crazy, okay? When you attach this thing to it, this one doesn't flip back all the way, all right? We'll demonstrate. So let's say a nice pull, 1, 2, 3, it always goes down. So you have to hold it down, and I've tried all the different variations with the chain. It just doesn't work, And the problem is, it's an old toilet, so whatever original setup was in there, you can't buy that anymore, right? And that's the problem with all these old things is it kind of works. You have to hold it down, but because of the dimensions of the toilet and everything, anything new that you put in there is going to be slightly off. Okay. Yeah, having an old house is just fucking annoying with... Oh, no. See, now the problem is there's no problem. I swear to God, every fucking time this thing is used more than once or twice, it starts leaking out here. It's not happening now, so that's a problem because this is supposed to leak. Okay, let's try it again. Unbelievable. The one time it's supposed to have a problem, it doesn't have a problem. Very, very naughty. Very, very naughty, so... But that's how things are, and it's like half broken. You know, you get somebody out here, and it's like, I can't really, It's like, it's working, right? It works half the time, right? That's what's annoying about everything. Is it isn't like, oh, it totally fails, and here's how it fails every time. It kind of fails half the time. I figured out why it fails when it fails, and we will look at that. Hopefully, when this thing fills up now and starts gushing out over here, right next to where the bidet hole is. In fact, I don't want to sit down here. It's probably wet, you know. Insert the Jeopardy music, you know. We're waiting for a toilet to fill up. This is what you come to YouTube for, you know. Ah, yes, there we go. Finally, look. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. So we did see a little bit of trickling. The problem is that generally happens all the time, right? It just keeps flushing it. There might be a little bit of a trickle now. So the trick has always been to turn that off when you're not using it. You can fill it up once or twice, it flushes fine, right? This is unbelievable, okay? The one time I need to demonstrate the toilet doesn't work. No, it's just, we're gonna watch again. This is gonna be also like, you know how there's like ASMR or whatever it's called when they're like, oh, well, you know, just imagine relaxing. And this is gonna be that version, but for cats who like flushing toilets. This is gonna be the cat flushing toilets channel, where every bored cat on YouTube is going to be congregating to. Anyways, yes, in case you're just, you know, skipping around in the video, you are still watching this toilet working functionally as it should be. Okay, we are waiting for the toilet to not work. Okay, that is what we're doing right now. I would be tempted to play with the bidet again, but I think that's going to mess up the water stuff. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now... No, that's not what's driving me mad, okay? So if that's all that happened, that would be fine. It's like, whatever. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of water leaking in, but the main problem is it continues gushing. Like that 2-second gushing you saw, that continues to happen. So we're going to open this up, because again, it's working, which is the problem, okay? It's mostly working, but we're going to open this up. It's a weird thing to open anyways, and I will show you why it's gushing when it's gushing, which is not now, because why would it be? So, there we go. Oh, you can open it now. There we go. Let me move this down a little bit. There we go. Alright, so we gently lift this up. Alright, so let's see here. The issue, it was one of these little pegs here. Is it this one? Is one, because it's a really weird internal toilet. I don't think anyone's ever seen this. You know, my landlord was explaining how the bidet toilet was imported from somewhere, And as a result, so you can't even try to fix this, which you don't even have to because it's not broken, right? All right. But there was one little, I remember it was like one of these little clicker things. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. In case you're wondering, you're skipping around the videos, we are trying to figure out how a working toilet is not working when it's not working, which is not now because it's working. Okay? Let's flush it. It has a little half flush button on it. In case you want to make sure the pee and the poop stay around. And I figured this out a year or two ago, that there was one little plastic thing that was just like half a millimeter off sometimes, and that's why I was gushing. But since it's not, is that broken in there? Let's zoom in, because we're already an inch away from it. Let's see. There's a little crack you see there with the gray stuff. You heard the little gushing again, but it's working just fine. Is that supposed to be... See, well, hold on. Unfortunately, I don't think we can zoom in on it. If you look closely, there is a... Whoop, right there. There's like an extra little... I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. Is it broken? Let's play around with it. See, like, it can go here, it can go there. Is that supposed to be broken in there? That little area, that little indentation there. Is it supposed to be? I don't know. Ah, yes. Well, I don't know if this house drove me mad or it was always going to happen, but for the 7th time, let's flush the let's flush the toilet and see if it works or not. I'm still recovering from my minor sniffles, in case you were wondering. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think I know why the gushing happens. It goes a little too much over in here, right? But for some reason, sometimes this thing doesn't quite get it, so the water keeps gushing, you know? Because if we hold it down... Oh! No, it cut it off again. Yeah, it does. When it's gushing, it does that, right? And it seems like there's just... But now it got cut off. Well, I guess problem solved, or... It annoys me that there's no problem anymore. Yeah. The one possibly completely working toilet here is working, and that's a problem. So, well, you know, I'm almost certain it's going to break at some point, okay? I'm almost certain of that. So, it'll be a new video. right? It'll be a new video when we figure out when it stops working, which I guarantee it will stop working, and then we can bother about that. See, kind of goes, but it turns off. That often doesn't happen, except now, 10 times in a row, it has worked as intended. Not insane at all, no. Okay. Well, I think that's my 3 toilets for now. As it turns out, you know, one of them is actually working, so that's wonderful. And, you know, if it stops working, I'm sure I will let you know, okay?